What if I told you that self-improvement isn't about progress at all? It's not about getting money, not about chasing dreams, not about progress. It's about the ability to control yourself. And today, I'm going to be showing you why it's actually about control and 3 steps you can take to get control back of your life and take an actual true to you self-improvement journey. So to share my own story briefly, when I was in self-improvement for the first time, I was looking up to these big content creators. I look up to Hamza or Iman Gaji or name any self-improvement content creator. And they were always telling you to do things like do the hard work, especially if you don't feel like it, all that stuff. And that's great for beginners because it gets them into the mentality that they need to work harder. But what it doesn't cover is the fact that self-improvement is a journey about improving yourself. They often tell you what these habits are that you should do and how to take control back of your life, but in reality, they just give their own blueprint and you follow it. So really, you don't have control of your life. You just don't. Whether you whether you realize that or not, that's just the reality of your situation. With that being said, I'm going to break down the truth that I found, which helped me not only get rid of those bad habits that didn't really help me in my journey, but to give me the skills that are necessary to actually be true to myself. Now, I need to lay out an important framework here, just a basic biological framework. It sets the rest of the video up, so pay attention. The way that people think is based off of their emotions. And the way they get their emotions is how they feel in the moment. And their thoughts lead into their actions, and then actions lead into emotions. So think of it as a 4-step framework. With emotional regulation, that is what's going to allow you to create the best actions in your life. So that way it acts as a positive feedback loop. If you ever heard Jordan Peterson, you know what I'm meaning here. And with that being said, it's going to give you that extra boost that you'll need to really get onto your own journey. So without further ado, let me actually give you the first step. The first step would be to take your emotional control and your discipline. You're going to put these 2 things together and apply them in your life. Quick examples. Staying focused when everyone else is distracted. This is great, especially if you're in a school setting, because you'll notice it when everybody's on TikTok or they're on their phones or doing whatever. Building up that focus is what's going to allow you to do the work that you don't want to do, but you have to. It's that kind of thing. For whatever it is in your life. It doesn't have to be recording self-improvement content. That's not your thing. That's why you're watching this, probably. But anyway, the second thing is controlling your emotions in arguments. A lot of times, most people don't know how to control their emotions in a heated situation, and they let the first thing come to their mind spit out. And if you've ever heard any advice, the first thing that comes to your mind is often the worst thing to say out loud. And here's where I'm going with this. If you ever sat down to yourself and thought about how to do something, and you go and take action based off of your first thought, you notice that it doesn't work well. That's always the case for me anyway. And so what I like to do is I like to think about 2 or 3 different variations of that same task in ways that I can do it. So that way, when I bring my message to you guys, it becomes more effective and more valuable. So doing that with that kind of framework in mind allows me to basically edit out any words that aren't needed, any ideas that won't work well, and that gets the value to you as a consumer. Now, think about it. What's the point of progress if you can't control yourself? With all this in mind, if you can't do that, then there's no real point in even self-improvement because you're chasing someone else's dream, not yours. So, I'm 19. I don't have millions. I'm not rich. I'm not a guru. What I can tell you is I can tell you the certain foundations that are going to help you become your own unique person, and getting that focus, discipline, and emotional control to add on to that is what's going to allow you to become a unique person and take back control of your life. With that being said, I want you to think about this. If you start mastering your control now, the progress will come automatically. Why do I want you to think of this? Because once you take back your own thoughts, your own mind, your own discipline, your own practice, no one else can affect that. No one else can come in and say, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that. Notice how throughout this video, I wasn't telling you any quick habits to do or any motivational words or anything like that. It's just straight from me to you. I don't want to do anything else because it's a waste of your time. You don't want to be somebody else. I didn't, and I don't want you to be, because being unique and having your own different ideas compared to somebody else is what allows people to get into their own flow states, to get into their own work, and then find the value from different things and improve as a person. That is why it's so important to have emotional control during arguments as well, because you're going to find someone who disagrees with you. I don't care if you think you are God, you cured cancer, or you fed all the starving children in Africa, somebody out there is going to disagree with the way you did it. Why? I don't know. That's just reality. So keeping that in mind, when it comes to your own life, find the ways that make control make sense. So find the responses to you that help you regulate your own emotions, that help you calm down, that help you get a steady response, and you're thinking about it using the prefrontal cortex, not the amygdala. And to break that down for you, amygdala is the fear, and prefrontal cortex is like where all the major thoughts get through, where preparation, logistics, slowing down, getting that second wave of thoughts, that's where that comes in. So that's going to be it for me. And I want you to know that in order to become the unique version of you, you have to understand the following concepts that I just talked about. And if you don't, rewatch the video, let it sink in, take notes, do whatever you need to do. Understanding that will help you get a lot further in your life. And in addition to that, you'll be able to just have a better experience overall. So I hope that today helped you become a unique version of you, that you don't pick up habits from other people that are deemed good or bad, but that you actually live your own life. You actually make something that is unique and identifiable to you as a person, because all of us provide value in a different way. And let me end with this. Self-improvement isn't about progress, it's about control. Progress is just a byproduct. Control is a skill that you're looking for. And you don't have to wait. You can do it today. It's not like you need backup capital or you need a great idea or anything. You don't need anything. Just start today with something simple. I always say that. Anything simple, quick habit, whatever. If it gets you to where you want to be as a person, that is what you should do. I'm not going to say follow your passion, but I am going to say follow the things you want to be good at, because skills in this world are what gives the value to everybody. And once you get the skill, the passion comes with it. If this gave you a new perspective on self-improvement or really anything, I want you to subscribe, because that's what helps us get the channel going, gets the message to more people. Like and share as well. That'll be greatly appreciated. I thank you very much. And with that, I want to help you turn your problems into progress. So if you want to see more videos like this, please share, subscribe, do all the things I already mentioned. And soon-ish, I'm going to try to launch a product on WAP, which is basically like a digital product thing. It's just going to be like a $5 PDF, and it's just going to be about how to learn things quicker, because I know a lot of people struggle with learning in school and stuff because they teach you how to learn the slow way. So with that being said, I'm not going to ask you to do anything else. If you just watched the video through, I thank you very much. Like, share, subscribe once more. That's going to be it from me. God bless, and have a good day.